welcome to the 40 Days of Growth. I'm gonna have my friends
Daniel and
Michiko
speak to you. So they're actually gonna get married in a couple of months and moving into Australia. So I wanted to make sure that I'm gonna have them as part of the 40 Days of Growth before they go. So without further ado, here they are. Hey guys.
Hey.
Hi. So I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions today.
All right.
I'm from Australia in Melbourne. So Michiko's sister moved to Australia and I met her and her fiance, and then Michiko moved over to hang out for a year on a working holiday visa, and I took her to church every week for a year.
Huh.
Literally, I drove her to church
Every
and
Sunday.
that's how we
Got to know each other better. We were just friends for that year until he came to Canada.
Yes.
True.
So we're Christians, so for us, relationships are about seeking God first and letting everything else follow. So I don't think we'd be together if we were seeking relationships, but we're both on our own paths, doing our own thing, trying to be obedient to what God had called us to do, and that's how our paths cross. So I think when you're seeking Him, He'll bring across the right person in His time. He's so faithful, right? He knows what we need before we do.
I personally don't think that there's one specific person.
I'm out.
I mean, I think that, again, it's in the Lord's hand. I think that God has someone for us, but God's given a choice to decide. I think we can say no to something and it might be what God wanted for us. He can use that decision and work with it and lead you to somebody else. So I think He has certain people that work well with other personalities, you know? There's not like one specific person for you.
Do you agree, Daniel?
Yes. But I also think God is deliberate as well. Mm-hmm. So I don't think He can dictate who we're going to be with, because then that's not really fun, right? You have to be with this person. It'd be kind of be like, okay, I will.
Yeah.
But He gives us the choice, but He also leads us to people as well. If we look at our relationship, we can see God's hand from start to today of Him bringing us together and blessing us in that. I think dudes, we have to kind of man up and get over ourselves and just be forward and straight up with girls and not play around. So I think there is like a responsibility. And if we're not really ready to man up, are we ready for relationships? It's a question I'd like to ask. What do you think?
The girl side, I think I know a lot of girls who are in this state of desperateness where they feel like they have to really pursue men, force a relationship. Not even force, but like they worry about not finding their husband. In order to find their husband, they really seek after different guys, whether it be through Tinder or like just going out and like trying to meet guys all the time. I guess I just think you first have to become just confident in who you are and not necessarily impatient. Run after guys. Once you're confident in who you are, seeking after the Lord first. When you're not looking is when He'll bring someone. So I think it's really listening to the Lord and trusting in Him and not just kind of going after your own heart's desires. Seeking first God's heart, and I think through that He'll bring the right guy.
But I think one thing is, one of the reasons people seek out relationships is for completeness or wholeness, when reality is, if we know Christ, we're whole already. So our partner is a bonus. Michiko doesn't make me more whole. If I'm already whole, I'm already whole, and vice versa. So I think if we think that a girl or a guy is going to complete us, then we're kind of misled, and we're going to be set up for disappointment when we get into that relationship, because we're expecting them to be everything that we're not.
I think something that's huge, and I mean it's for girls and guys, just practicing selflessness. I think that's a huge thing, because the main thing in a relationship is loving that person, and to love the person you have to be flexible, willing to give up sometimes what you desire for that other person. Yeah, sacrifice is like a big thing. Practicing selflessness in love for other people, just listening to when the Lord wants you to serve and when He wants you to be obedient and give up something. It might not always feel the best because you want specific things. I think selflessness is huge, and patience is big. Being patient with a person. Yeah, what about you?
I think for guys, on a practical level, you don't want to be mummed by your girlfriend, right? So like, be a man before. You don't want to be told what to do, so get the small things right in your day-to-day life. You don't want your mum to do all your cooking and all your laundry and everything, and then your girlfriend have to continue that or tell you what's right. So I think in preparation, the question is, who is the person I want to be in that relationship, and what I have to do to get there now before that person comes? I think if we ask ourselves that, then we know what to do. What's a godly standard? Selflessness, the fruits of the Spirit.
Fruits of the Spirit.
I think what we should be looking for is, what is the fruit of that person's life? What is the result of their existence? How are people being treated by them? What's going on in their life? That's what we need to look for. Looking for a godly standard, because we want to see Christ-likeness, and that comes out in the fruit.
Yeah, I think a big part of our culture now is to base relationships off of not necessarily the important things, which can leave people disappointed later or cause problems later. So seeking after relationships for the wrong reasons, whether it be sexual desire, physical attraction, that's a huge thing right now. So making sure that your heart is pure in that way way, and constantly like checking yourself, seeing like, what am I pursuing right now in this relationship, or what is it that I'm attracted to in this person. I think that's huge.
Seek the kingdom and all these things shall be added to you. Not my words, but Jesus's. But it's true, right? You don't need to put everything into your own hands and do. If we just seek what he wants for us, in his timing, the right person will come along. So
Yeah, and the Lord, you know, he knows our desires more than we do. And so he wants us to be filled with joy. He wants us to have the best things. So I think the ultimate thing is just trusting him and knowing that he wants more for us than we would ever know. So if we can trust that he has something awesome for us, then we can have peace with who he's going to bring into our life. Yeah.
that's good.
That's awesome. Thanks, guys. I hope that you got a lot of insight from Michiko and Daniel. They're really, really awesome. Make sure to hashtag 40 days of growth and follow me on Instagram. It is HeyMelkea. Come and join us. Subscribe. There are new videos every single weekdays, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.